Ms. Rao, you can begin.
Good morning, all our members from Indo-American Chamber of Commerce countrywide, and welcome to all of you. We are so excited that we are able to at least chat with you and understand what's happening during this COVID period. This is the best we could do, and this town hall is the best virtual thing that we thought of. And now all our regional presidents are there online to talk to you about what they're doing in those regions, and also branch chairmen. They're all part of this, and whoever have any questions, please come forward and put those questions if you have already not sent through to your regional president or branch chairman, and we'll be happy to answer. If we can't answer now, we will take it forward and write to you in time. But I'm so happy that all of you are have logged in and taken effort to be part of IACC Town Hall. And I'm praying that all of you are keeping well, your families and your staff and your offices or workers, factories are all doing good. I'm sure with Prime Minister's initiative, the whole country has gone into this mode. So once again, welcome. And I would like to thank, first of all our regional presidents, especially Mr. Panjwani, who has actually initiated this idea. And we are extremely thankful to SKP next time because they are our supporting partners and made this easy. And our Secretary General, Kamal Vora, and Director, Trupti, and Satya from head office, and all our regional directors and supporting staff and the team who are making it possible to work through these times, these difficult times, but we have to manage to do with what we have. So I first thank everybody here, and then I would like to initiate what we are planning to do in the times to come, and thereafter your regional presidents will come up and talk about what they're doing. And as far as head office is concerned, we've been doing some webinars, and one we have done with Mr. P. Harish. He's the Additional Secretary, Economic Diplomacy and States in the center. And now he's just now handling even the bringing people from different countries back to India who are stranded. And he gave us some insights. And thereafter, we had another webinar with Invest India, Mr. Deepak Bagla, and also Vikram Mehta, who's Brookings India chairman, and they gave their perspectives. And over the time, Invest India has been supporting us and continuously giving us a helping hand. And we also written to all of you to write to them directly or to us in case you're finding some issues in your work or whatever, some components you would like to get it from somewhere or something is stuck. They're working day and night to help our industry. This is something I wanted to share with you. As far as the other things are concerned, we had asked you for recommendations, a wish list from your point of view, and we have collated it and we give it to be sent to Mr. Piyush Goyal, our Honorable Minister, Commerce Minister, and also for MSMEs, Ms. Gadkari, Mr. Nanak Rupani is sending it to them and talking to them and getting some feedback on this for us, where we can be helped. And anything else also, I think we have been asked continuously to get the support from Invest India. You please write to them or to us. We will do the needful. And then this, we have a lot of MOUs. Unlike before, when only the president to prime minister or president to president, here we have been lucky. From past few years, strangely, governors from US, from all the states have been coming to India and to us, IACC, and signing up MOUs and discussing with us. They're coming with a full panel of their top people and the economic advisors who are in control of the whole state. So they're interested in doing business one-to-one. So we really don't have to go anywhere. We can just write to this governor and his economic development chairman. And they said it's like literally one window and we can take it forward, who want to invest in US or do any business there. So I'm just going to read out some of the MOUs, which I'm sure you all will also get an email from us. And we have MOU with the UN development programs, MOU with IACC, this is in Houston, and MOU with the state of Arkansas, MOU with MPCB, that is Maharashtra Pollution Control Board, and MOU with BRICS Chamber of Commerce and Industry, MOU with USA to collaborate to identify innovations and models that benefit the base of the pyramid population in India, MOU with the Mississippi Development Authority, an MOU with Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation, state of Maryland, and same their economic development state of Colorado, and Metro Atlanta Chamber of Commerce, Atlanta, the City of Tucson Office of Economic Development, Nebraska Diplomats, Commonwealth of Kentucky, Commonwealth of Massachusetts, World Trade Center, Wisconsin, Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, Greater Houston, Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, Tampa, the Manhattan Chamber of Commerce, New York, the World Trade Center, Tacoma, Idaho Commerce and Labor, the World Trade Center, Rhode Island, Automation Alley, Michigan, Georgia Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, Atlanta. These are some of the things we already have. But the thing is, it's not necessary. It is only these. We can write to all the states. They're all open. We can write to them with whatever your wish list is and take it forward. Because it's a lot more easier to directly deal with the state and with the top people. They're open to such interest coming from IACC. We are in a very good space right now, and we must make use of it. And I thought I'll just tell the members on that. And we will reactivate all those MOUs. And we have done something wonderful very recently on sustainable development. The knowledge partner, along with US Commercial Service, India's environmental technologies team. Our sustainable development program has been initiated by our Vice President, Dikta Das, and he has been doing wonderful webinars on this. And we are tied up with IACC SDC. It has become a designated knowledge partner with the US Commercial Service and India's environmental technologies team. And they're doing awesome work along with KPMG, Niti Aayog. They're going to come up with some project which will be told to you eventually in some time to come. They have done a webinar on managing carbon footprint and webinar on broadening corporate priorities post-COVID and community stability, and also CSR activities have been also looked into. And textile committee, these are the committees we had initiated in the beginning. And textile committee wanted to do something very big, but on March 13th, 2020, USA coming together with India for a textile sourcing destination, but we had to cancel it due to COVID. But we are in touch with the textile, all the events and programs. And I was told Invest India has been telling us that Prime Minister is doing something called National Textile Mission, Technical Textile Mission, with a total outlay of 194 million and having a 4-year implementation. And this is what I was told it is coming up. And they're going to work on Make in India initiative. And they're going to also make jute packaging industry very relevant today. And they're going to contribute a lot of rebate to state and central excise taxes, as you all know already. And this Ministry of Textiles is very actively involved in promoting textiles. And that will go into our textile committee future. Education Skills Development Committee also has been doing a lot, and efforts have been made to meet all the vice chancellors of Belgaum Central University and Karnataka, mostly in Karnataka, and they've been having meetings with the Deputy CM of Karnataka and other chairpersons. So that a lot of interest has been shown in this area. These are the 3 areas which have been looked into, and many more. And but I have to say something which is something new I would like to do, and I had been dreaming about it even before the COVID, and somehow it didn't work because we got stuck with all these problems. And but I will tell you what it is. This is something that I want to connect all the members, because we are a little disconnected. You could be in Jamshedpur, you could be in Varanasi, you could be a member from Kanyakumari, but you're all in the same line of business. How do you interact? You're not aware of who's in what, who's doing what. So we thought we have a list of all of you, and people who have become members now this last year or recently, please join, and then we will also look at your area of interest. And the areas of interest, what we have done is that we have got a lot of people who are in specific areas, and in those specific areas we want to make a group. Each one will be in a group, and a WhatsApp we can have up to 250. And if you're into textile manufacturing or components or services, different services like that, we already have about 20. You're all under those 20 categories, and we want to make a special group for all of you, so you can interact among yourselves. So you can say, I would like to procure this, or I want to sell this. So because you have the same interest, so it can be of lot of interest for each of you. It's a mutually beneficial thing. Otherwise, you will be all disconnected. We'll be talking big, but you're not connected. We want to connect the dots of member to member. Once you connect the dots, even your competition becomes your friend. You can do business together. I mean, this is my initiative, and I'm hoping this is where I got a chance to explain it to you. They're going to write to you, and our Secretary General will put it together and write. And with your willingness, if you're interested to be part of that, where we are not going to just talk about jokes. It is not meant for that. It is not meant for some forwards. It has to be good information, useful information. Only then please come on that and share for mutual benefit. Somebody from the head office will be monitoring it, but otherwise this is open to all the members. With your blessings, I would like to take it forward in time to come. And I think with that, I would like to now talk about the last thing is, of course, we did also one personal data protection bill seminar, and Justice Sri Krishna headed that. And we had people from everywhere, NASCOM and others from all industry, and a 10-member panel. And we made a white paper. We thought we'll go and give it in Delhi, but we're just waiting to make sure that we can actually travel. Otherwise, we'll just send it by post. This is what I was thinking about, how to do it. And the last is, I was very excited because I got a call from the US diplomatic mission that they would like to do a webinar with me and clarify a lot of apprehensions people might be having. And so we are looking for a date in some time to come, about 10 days or 15 days. We will let you know, and please join wherever that is. And with these words, I would like to end and welcome Mr. Dinesh Agarwal from East Regional President to take over and talk to us. And I go on mute.
Thanks, Satya. Rajya, thanks, Rajya, for your insightful deliberations. I'm really excited to your initiative of member-to-member connect. That's a brilliant idea, and hope one and all in this Indo-American Chamber of Commerce will love it. Hello, Indo-American Chamber of Commerce members. Warm welcome to all of you. Hope everybody there with their families, friends, relatives are safe and healthy. As a Indo-American Chamber of Commerce East India Council, I am the regional president, Dinesh Agarwal. Eastern India comprised of operates from Kolkata, and it has it includes Jamshedpur as a chapter and Patna and Odisha as desks. So at the moment, Jamshedpur is very active, whereas Patna and Odisha are yet to show some momentum. With this, I would like to say some of the initiatives, some of the actions which we have taken for our Indo-American members in the East region. We have hosted a Select USA Summit in Calcutta in Hotel Hindustan International. In this event, we had this was attended by Assistant Secretary of Commerce and Director General of USA and Foreign Commercial Service for the US Department of Commerce, Mr. Ian Staiff. And he encouraged local business leaders to invest in the USA and to take part in the Select USA Investment Summit in Washington, D.C. At this event, Mr. Steph said India and America industry leaders have a rich history of successful collaboration when it comes to innovation, manufacturing, services, and investment. We, as a collective body, Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, want to take this bilateral relationship to the next level at the Select USA Investment Summit and welcome current and future investors from Kolkata, Eastern India, and Pan India to take part in this preeminent forum. So this is where we are thinking that this in this situation when the entire globe is going for some kind of a transformation because of COVID. So there is much more focus from different, especially from America, and American companies are focusing India. And we as a member, or we as a bilateral body can help all our members, and we all can get benefited if we are connected, timely connected, and timely have some kind of a reciprocal plan of action. If we can showcase that we can get investment in India, be it any part of the country. That is one thing which I will motivate and encourage our present members and potential members. We had also done one interactive session which is called EB5 visa. It was an interactive discussion with Mr. John Endicott, Senior Director, First Pathway Partners on EB5. Under this EB5 visa program, an immigrant was we enlightened our members that an immigrant investor can invest up to USD 5 lakh, which First Pathway Partners uses to create more than 10 plus jobs, American jobs. After that jobs are created, the immigrant investor is offered a green card for him or her with spouse and children under the age of 21. After the jobs have been sustained for a period of 2 years, the immigrant gets back his $5 lakh invested as principal plus interest. So that was a great move. We have also tried to bring closeness between the American US Consul General offices, senior staff, senior officials from USA. So we have had an exclusive breakfast session with Indo-American members in Calcutta, where we invited Monica Shi, Director, American Center, and Sonia Lal, political and economic officers of US Consul General. They had a one-to-one interactive session. They had informal discussions while having breakfast, and where these officers have also encouraged our members that they can bring forward their women entrepreneurs to be part of this their initiative and be part of. They can take skill training, they can take some kind of a soft skills training, whereby they can have their business horizon expanded to America and vice versa. To have a better connect between networking between the chambers members and potential members, we have also organized some kind of a golf tournament in Calcutta in Tollygunge Club in association with Calcutta Club. So this was a great move where people came forward, golf lovers came forward and played together and mingled amongst themselves. As I mentioned that we have a very active chapter in Jamshedpur, which is a steel city, having a huge investments on steel and other allied products. So our new Consul General in Calcutta, Ms. Patricia Hoffman, made a 3-day visit to Jamshedpur. We as the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce was part of that 3-day tour to Jamshedpur. We had a members meet, exclusive members meet in Jamshedpur, where all the members from Jamshedpur and Kolkata were having one-on-one discussions with the Consul General and have team over cocktails and dinners. So that was a unique platform given to the people. During her visit in Jamshedpur, she also visited plants in Jamshedpur of Cummins, Timken. She also visited Tata Motors plant. She also visited the business school which is most reputed, is one of the reputed school in India, which is SLRI. That created a huge awareness and showcased our closeness with US offices and US Consul General offices, American Center. In this year, we have added around 24 members in Kolkata and 11 members in Jamshedpur. So now we are in dialogue with Alia University in Kolkata. We may have some kind of a MOU signed with them. As I mentioned in my beginning comment, that at this juncture we are thinking of how we can help getting some investments in India, where American companies are planning to shift their base, make investments in India, be it in Eastern India or any part of India. And my members, Indo-American members, can benefit if they can collaborate, if we can connect with us. We jointly can come together and bring and attract more investments from American companies to India. With this, I would request my fellow partners, my fellow regional presidents, Mr. Surendran Nosharji and Lalitji, to take over. Thanks everybody in the panel, and thanks everybody who are at the back end supporting this unique town hall with for the member with for Indo-American Chambers Commerce members. Thanks everybody. Over to you.
Thank you, Dinesh. It was lovely to know what all you're doing. Now, can we go to North India? We're going by alphabetical order. North India, Mr. Basim, can we hear you? Can someone connect Mr.
Mr. Basir is self-muted. Mr. Basir, if you can please unmute yourself.
For all members, Dr. Lalit Basim is an eminent lawyer in the Supreme Court of India, and he has done a lot of seminars and webinars also with very reputed people and extremely well-known person. We are delighted to have him as a regional president of North India, NIC. I welcome Mr. Basim. Has he come in?
Mr. Basin has joined in, Ms. Rao. Unfortunately, he is self-muted, so I'm just trying to get that thing solved. Give me a moment, please.
Madam President, can we go to the next one instead of having a silence here? Madam President.
Basim is coming in the next 1 or 2 minutes. Let's just give him time because he's trying to come in. Because he's also a busy person and he may have something else to do. Since we postponed it from yesterday, I have to really thank all of you members. I'm extremely sorry, but yet I had no choice because our finance minister was speaking yesterday, and people felt members may not be interested to join in. They would like to know about that branch he was talking about yesterday. So, but still you all came in, and Mr. Basim had something else, but he said he will join. Has he come in?
Can you hear me, please?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, Mr.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Basim, speak.
Okay. Madam President, Vice Presidents, and National, my fellow regional presidents, the regional directors and the Secretariat, Mr. Vora, and the brilliant National Secretariat led by Trupti. I think, Madam President, this is a very good initiative to have this town hall, giving an opportunity to the members, not only to share the vision which you have, but also to get their own ideas. We in the North India Council have been having a series of webinars because we believe during this time of crisis, unprecedented crisis, the best thing is to share our views, share our feelings, and also share our concerns. The only way to go about it is to have webinars either via Zoom or you see audio, in whatever way we can connect. So keeping that in view, our NIC has had a series of events. In 13th of March, we had in Varanasi a workshop on recent amendments in the labor laws. And on 10th of April, we had a webinar on the effects of outbreak on the ecosystem. And 17th April, webinar on impact of COVID on Indian business. 22nd April, along with our partner, the Services Exports Promotion Council, which comes directly under the Ministry of Commerce, we had a webinar on legal perspectives on employer-employee relationship in the times of COVID. It's one of the most successful events we had. And on 1st of May, we had webinar on key legal business issues, navigating complexities in doing business in the United States. Again, a very, very important and successful webinar. And then we, on 15th of May, that is today itself, along with the Society of Indian Law Firms, we are presenting, you see, the challenges of COVID for the legal profession and other professions. We have received a very good response, that is at from 4 to 5:30 p.m. today. On 18th May, we are having a seminar on US IT startups, the innovations to survive and thrive. Again, a very important seminar. This will be followed by a webinar on labor laws, the recent amendments and the exemption given by the states. And this will be, this is an initiative of our Varanasi branch. You see, I am very grateful to our very senior members, Mr. Raman Roy and Mr. Arun Karna, for having led the discussion in some of these webinars. Also, we propose to have an exclusive one with the state of UP, because UP has shown interest, and we possibly will have towards end of May or mid of May. Then along with that, we'll also have a seminar on webinar on education. And our flagship event, we hope that it can be offline event. Like every year we had the economic summit in September, but before that we also propose to have a services sector summit, and that will also, we'll try to have it offline towards end of August. And in all these webinars, we have had the good fortune of involving the officials of the US Embassy. We are grateful to them for their participation and their valuable inputs. But last but not the least, I must put on record our appreciation of the Secretariat, the NIC Secretariat, for the brilliant work that they have done, they have been doing despite COVID. Our office is fully functional now from last Monday, and I must compliment Kashish Tyagi and Neelu Sadhana and Sonia Khattar and Tejinder for the wonderful work that they have done. And also I must put on record our appreciation of the cooperation extended by Services Export Promotion Council, again which is affiliated to the Ministry of Commerce, for organizing webinars with our support and our seminars with their support, and also the Society of Indian Law Firms and the Bar Association of India. Our membership drive is going on, and that is most vital because there is not likely to be any major source of income from other activities like conferences, offline conferences and seminars and workshops and all that. Therefore, we have to depend upon uh, increasing the membership and also getting the renewals on time. We have so far received about 5 lakhs of rupees by way of renewals. 42 members are sending their renewals in the next 2 or 3 days, thanks to the efforts of the Secretariat, and 31 members have conveyed that they will pay after the lockdown opens. So our working membership drive is going on with great gusto and enthusiasm, and we are following up with so many potential new members, including 10 more companies, and that is all in the pipeline. So I must compliment the national president for this initiative, and that is all I have to report as the regional president. Also on behalf of my vice presidents Aruna Sethi and Manjula Chawla, this is my report. And also I must share with you that our secretariat led by Kashish and Nilu and Sonia and Tejinder have offered a voluntary cut of 20% in their salaries, which has been already communicated to the head office. So thank you, Madam President, for this opportunity. Great.
Thank you so much, Lalit. It was wonderful presentation, and I'm glad you're doing so well. And Kashish and you are helping the NIC, and you opened up. Very happy. We're still waiting in Mumbai to open head office. Once again, thanks a lot for your good work and all your good webinars. We are following you up. And now, can I go to Mr. Janak from South India? He has 4 states to talk about. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
We can hear
Hello.
you. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. We can hear you.
Good morning to all. Glad to contribute this initiative to a lot of activities taken across the region to support our member. Both Indian and US companies collectively we work together with respective state government in India and USA in attractive investment both sides. I'm here to listen more suggestion in inputs from our members or facilities of your business growth. As I mentioned by Dr. Basil, membership renewal on time, request to member or renewal early possible. The South India region has such a cover in state of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Telangana, Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry territory comprising of cover 750 members. Recently signed MOUs with various organizations and government departments include Andhra Pradesh State Skill Development Corporation, Telangana State Council for Higher Education, Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board, United State Development Program, etc. Invited to part of Special Investment Promotion Task Force constituted by Government of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka as well. During this COVID-19 crisis, regularly kept abreast of this recent government notification and license the renewal local government department installing their programs and to cooperate effectively as per norms, like availing e-pass for movement of or staff and goods labor related to quarry and etc. Continue to work together with Consulate of United States of America located in Chennai, address visa-related queries, organizing guidance with the non-immigration visa officials, coordinating with commercial service in promoting Select USA program to attract investment into US, promotion of US product and services, submitting trade-related queries of the members, an exclusive platform for American companies. So, appraisal of recent government policies representing specific issues based on sharing of best practice in our import delegation with US state, South India, North Carolina, New York, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Fairfax County, etc. Outbound delegation official partner with government of Tamil Nadu during the recent high-level delegation visit to USA led by Honorable Chief Minister towards attracting investment into the state, sector-specific industry delegation like automotive and aerospace and defense sectors. A simulating from forum which business ideas and opportunities can be presented and discussed by fellow members. The presenting member is given 45 minutes slot to make presentation. Thereafter, the idea presented is taken up and proceed to discussion on the surrounding issues. Practice of the event is usually 1.5 hours amongst the members. In query, the query connection section in the program is planned to provide an opportunity to members to have one-to-one meeting with experts from the advisory firms, answer your business queries, and resolution unlock the latest policy amendments and update and its impact on the organization. The intention of the section was guided support to member with some quick tips or preferably business case solutions. Several roundtable discussion program, workshop with expert with various topics in networking meeting are conducted to keep our members well informed the happening that well assisted improve their business. For example, organizing a roundtable with government of Karnataka with Vidyan Sudha in the seat of the state legislature of Karnataka minister for skill development, Sri R.V. Deshpande, Mr. Kresh Gopalakrishna, co-founder of Infosys, National President, IACC Chair, IAC and Committee Member, or IACC Karnataka, VP Toyota Kirloskar Motors Executive Council Members of IACC from across industries sectors. Mr. Biswas and Mr. Ashraf, MD of Skills Development Corporation, all contributed a very insightful deliberation and letter of intent of signing and MOU executed. IACC partner Bangalore Tech Summit 2019, organized by the Department of IT and BT Government of Karnataka, of its flagship 22nd edition and global stage of innovation of utilizing technology as tool to give the innovator to stage to flourish in the 3-day summit market. It is beginning with the inaugural ceremony on 18th November 2019. The event was honored by the presence of Karnataka Chief Minister Mr. Yedurappa, Dr. Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister Mr. Ashok Narayan, and other important dignitaries and speakers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Surendran. It was nice to hear you from all your chapters who are with you, regions which are with you, like all the 4 states, and doing very good work. And we're extremely proud of your South India, like all regions. Thank you very much for holding up for all these states. Now, can I request Mr. Naushad Panjwani, Western Regional President, and I'm going mute. Welcoming you, Naushad.
Thank you, Mrs. Rajyalakshmi Rao. I think this webinar this town hall is going great. I'm myself, despite being an office bearer, I'm learning so much today from my colleagues. So I can imagine how much our many members must be benefiting by attending today's town hall. So I think it's a great thing that we have organized this, and I think we should do this periodically, even after the lockdown is lifted, because members from one city do not get the benefit of views and interaction and networking with members from other regions, leadership from the other regions, and this is a very good platform for that. Having said that, let me take this opportunity to quickly introduce stalwarts from our region, and we are very proud that we have such diggaj in our committees, in our various offices. Let me begin with my two able vice presidents, Mr. Pankaj Bora and Mr. Saurabh Shah. We have the Gujarat branch, which is headed by Mr. Dinesh Daga, and the Pune branch headed by Mr. Rajesh Bazarkar. Both these gentlemen are doing excellent work in their respective branches, and numerous activities are carried out by them. The engagement is fantastic. I am, for paucity of time, I am unable to list down the uh, activities they have, the whole list, but I'd like to highlight a couple of them. So we are very proud of what the Gujarat branch has been doing. Is they have been associated with Vibrant Gujarat as partners, representing the Indo-US corridor. Uh, Also recently, when the Namaste Trump event happened, uh, the IACC was the only Indo-American chamber that was invited, and we got VIP passes, and we were very well received over there. As far as Pune is concerned, I'm very proud of their deep engagement with the manufacturing segment. In fact, just as our president mentioned, that we had numerous programs which we had listed out, but uh, because of this lockdown, we had to for now postpone them. But manufacturing 4.0 was a great event that I was looking forward to, and hopefully we'll do it sometime after the lockdown is lifted. Uh, I was very happy to meet with our knowledge partners, who potential knowledge partners who the Pune branch introduced me to. These were some very big auto manufacturing, auto ancillary people from Michigan. Then next, I'd like to introduce our illustrious advisory board, each of whom is very active, and I benefit from the counsel that I receive from them. We have Anand Desai, our national past president. We have Mr. Harish Mehta, who's the founder, CEO of NASCOM. Mr. Nanik Rupani, of course, is there, and we are thankful to him for all the political bigwigs who attend our programs, thanks to his goodwill. We have Mr. Huzaifa Khorakiwala, Dr. Huzaifa Khorakiwala of the Khoraki Foundation. We have Ms. Purvi Chutani, my immediate past president at the regional. Mr. Shailesh Haribhakti, Mr. Lalit Kanodia, another national past president of IACC. We have Mr. Suresh Kotak. We have Mr. Ninath Karpe, and we have Mr. Pranay Wakil. In the evolving scenario where we felt that COVID is going to be, the lockdown is going to be implemented, and there is going to be severe curtailment on the businesses, movements, economies, probably even on health, we were very prompt to organize a COVID-19 advisory along with Leelavati Hospital, and we had some very great speakers over there we were amongst the first ones who took a view on how COVID-19 will affect the health, the economy, and the travel industry at that time. Thereafter, once the lockdown was implemented, we foresaw that the business community is going to be fumbling, and even the audit and tax consultants will be at a loss on how to advise our business clients, and hence we promptly organize a webinar on issues for year-ending closures. Thereafter, we saw that people are going to have issues in managing their manpower in terms of what advisories and what laws were coming in from both India as well as USA, various state governments. So we organized one webinar on how to manage your manpower in COVID-19 situation. We also then went on a spree of organizing webinars as the requests kept coming in from our members, queries that we kept receiving from members, and we converted them into webinars. We had one where we found that a lot of people are wanting to donate, do charity, do yeoman service in these times, and how do you handle, how do you go about doing that? So we organized one webinar on CSR beyond COVID-19, because we believe earlier what was partly voluntary and partly a corporate responsibility will now become a very, very large, beyond the law. We think that people are contributing, and that's humanity for us. We had a webinar on cross-border legal and tax issues under CARES Act of USA. So a lot of our clients who operate out of USA, and a lot of benefits or a lot of measures were rolled out by the US government. So how to avail of them and how are you affected by that? And then we went on organized one on because there was a lot of talk at that time on how the Indo-US relationship will change for better after the COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of American companies want to come to India, and a lot of investments are being sought after. And we are very fortunate that we were able to partner with the Forbes magazine. In fact, the editor of Forbes was the moderator for this session, and we had some very, very big names in that. Prominent among them was Honorable ex-Minister of Industries, Mr. Suresh Prabhu, amongst others. And I'm very proud that this event received a lot of media attention. If any of the members are interested, they can Google and look for this event. And a lot of insights from that has come out. I'm very happy that the Secretariat has taken a proactive view on that, and they have created some kind of synopsis of all these webinars, and it's available, it's circulated to all our members. Those who have not received or want a copy may please get in touch with our Secretariat, and we'll be very happy to give you the synopsis of all these webinars that we had. Now, the crux of our chamber is networking, is doing B2B business and introducing our members to a lot of delegations that come in. So all our regions, I'm sure all 4 regions, branches, all of us have received inbound delegations. And in recent times, I'm very happy that we had received very senior level business delegations headed by governors and mayors from Houston, from Tacoma, from Washington DC, from New York State, from South Carolina, from Austin, from Michigan, from Great Columbia. I'd like to so though the plans have gone into a deep freeze for now, but we are keeping them warm. And at this juncture, I'd like to talk about the various chairmen we have who are heading industry specific committees, and all of them had planned some mega programs. So I'd like to introduce them, because these guys are still working to see how we can go about having these programs in the circumstances that we have. So Mumbai is the financial capital, and we thought BFSI is an important segment which the Western region can lead. We have Mr. Nilesh Vikamsi, who heads that. We have food processing committee, which is headed by Mr. Gopal Ahuja. We have a doing business with USA committee headed by our immediate past regional president, Ms. Purvi Chotani. We have ease of doing business in India, headed by our vice president, Saurabh Shah. We have the manufacturing committee, which has multiple co-chairmen, prominent among them, apart from Mr. Rajesh Wazarkar, our branch chairman. We also have Ashutosh over there. We quickly formulated a business continuity committee as soon as the lockdown was introduced, and this is headed by Mr. Manoj Gidwani of SKP, who is the technical partner for this session, and Mr. S. Ram Prasad from Pune, and both of these gentlemen can be credited and should be credited for all the aforementioned webinars that we had. We also have a recycling committee, which is an initiative of our Gujarat branch, ably handled and chaired by our Vice President Pankaj Bora and Dinesh Daga, the branch chairman. We have the real estate committee, which is headed by Mr. Rajesh Bhagat, and then we have a women's delegation, which we were planning in partnership with Forbes, which is in abeyance right now. This was to happen coinciding with the Select USA. This is the second women's delegation we were planning. The first one, which was an extremely successful women's delegation, which was headed by our regional past president and EC member, Ms. Madhulika Gupta. So this was an ode to that, a second part. With that, I'd like to thank our national president for being of great support in these times. She has been leading from the front. She's herself organized very high-profile webinars, not only within IACC, but she's also carrying the IACC flag outside at other forums and spreading the goodwill of IACC. I'd also like to thank our National Secretariat, Kamal, who has been doing yeoman work, sitting all of us from home and leading a national secretariat team with infinite Zoom calls and other initiatives. Trupti, who has been a great support to us, and I'd like to make a special thanks to our regional director Rakhi Panda and her team, Sujata and Vishnu. These three have been working really hard in helping us with the organizing of these webinars, and also are working on few other programs which will roll out in times to come. With this, I'm very keen and interested in listening to what our members want to ask us, and we are all very ready to handle these queries. With that, I hand back to our president, Rajyalakshmi Rao. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Naushad. I'm glad you've taken us through all your things that you're doing in the Western region, including Gujarat and Pune. Before I go and go into question answers, I just have to tell all the members. I mean, Gujarat has given me a VIP pass. I'm extremely thankful to that. And I did go overnight. I decided, went early morning and stood there in that hot sun for 6 hours, seeing President Trump and Prime Minister Modi. And it was a very exciting moment, although it was a very difficult thing to sit through. But I said, Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, as a national president, I should be there in that audience and support this Indo-US organization. And the second thing is, I did not mention to you, just before Trump came in, he had sent a small delegation, United States Representative and Chairman, Subcommittee on Asia, the Pacific and Non-Proliferation House Foreign Affairs Committee, and co-chair Congressional Caucus on India and Indian Americans, Dr. Ami Bera, and US Representative George Holding visited Delhi on February 18th and 19th. They just had a small roundtable discussion to know about how to take our Indian economy along with the US, and for the state US and our relationships. and of Indo-US Pacific Economic Integration. And we were just like 4 or 5 people at that round table, and I vehemently, or whatever, very happily argued for the best solution is India. This is the destination because we believe in your democracy and we have the numbers. Our numbers are so big. You have no other place to go for selling your products, even if you want to make some. So we are the best people to manufacture and import, export everything together. So I really tried to convince them. I just thought I'll pass it on to you all to get some that kind of excitement I felt at that time. And before we go on, I just want to tell you the members and members connect. We already have a directory: aviation and aerospace, textiles, defense, FMCG, and So I thought in case some of you German jewelry, anybody is interested in any of this, you can just join. Many more are there, and please become members. And I'm getting messages from across from South India. Mr. Shekhar and all have been saying, and also I think even SKP had been messaging me that even Telegram is a very good thing. I know Telegram is good for more than 250, and if our members are more, we can even go there if it's a better one, or WhatsApp group. We'll see what's the best. But we want to connect you members. It's not us. We want to connect you all. I'm very excited. Members, please respond when we write to you. Your willingness to join this member-to-member interaction. And I think that will take IACC to another level of connect. We all want to be a bit of a family together, and let's help each other. So on that note, let me now start going into the questions what have come up. Jugal and Trupti, will you look into that and start taking it forward, please? And direct it to
Sure.
whoever.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. It was an excellent and very informative presentation. We'll go ahead and take some time for questions now. We have received few questions. So first question will be for Ms. Rao. There is a lot of talk and speculation about how India can exploit the present opportunity to move manufacture and US investment away from China. What is the IACC doing to access infrastructural or other potentials for this among its own membership to enable it to present a plan and when away possible US investors who are presently manufacturing in China and are exploring other options? And this we have received from Mr. Banerjee, one of the members from Calcutta, ma'am. So if you could answer this question.
Yes. Actually, we are all thinking that China is getting closed and the other areas are opening up. I agree. Bangladesh is opened up beautifully for textiles, and so did Vietnam and other countries. And in our country, there are two issues which now I think Invest India is looking into, and how to create a better atmosphere. One is for many of these industries to come in, we have a lot of labor laws which are going against. Just now you're opening the labor laws and trying to relax them. And second, to make it cheaper in India. And the second is land acquisitions. And for all these chemicals and pharma and all these companies, difficult to come unless we sort of relax on environmental issues. The time that takes is a long time. So we are asking them, the government looking into these things. And Invest India has proposed saying we are relaxing some rules. Government is coming up with these ideas, and they want to have some areas of land acquisition. Only government can do that and give. Only then manufacturers can do something and to get funds also. People are interested in coming to India, but they have this little bit of inhibition and doubt whether these labor laws, I mean, it'll take a lot of time. Whereas other countries have just opened up. They have not bothered about all these restrictions that they've been having. And and they have to make it cost effective. So even as we are talking, many people in India, a lot of industries are depending on Chinese products and components still because they're very cheap. Manufacturing is cheaper. So till we actually muster our support and make it better, our components and whatever we are getting from China is going to be very difficult to manage. China is still sending and they're fully operational. Vietnam also has COVID issue, but they're all operational. So we are still not operational. And so it's time that we also open up, considering and have some relaxations for industries, and maybe then we can think. But it looks little, it's not immediate. It will happen because government is very proactive. By the time it comes to the ground level, it may take some time, but we need to start thinking about it as to how to go forward. But I agree, US is very keen on coming to India, but we have to be a little more proactive, clearing up some of the issues through government and also from ourselves.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we have received one suggestion, and which I would like to ask Mr. Surendran. The person, our member, Mr. Gandotra, he has written over here one suggestion that Telegram group can hold 2 lakh members. You can create just one group there to take the initiative forward, as handling different groups would be pretty difficult, time consuming as well as cumbersome. So providing rights and controlling group is much better on Telegram than in WhatsApp. So sir, your inputs please on this. Mr. Surendran, can you hear us?
He has muted himself, looks like he is not hearing us. But before he comes up and says something else, Telegram is in our mind also for all the members as in one group. Otherwise people just keep on sending a lot of forwards and waste everybody's time. So we thought of various groups, who are sector-wise interested in each other. They can be very vibrant. So we'll make a lot of these smaller groups, and one can be for all the members, but definitely not just for forwards and jokes.
Sure. Thank you so much.
I think Mr. Surendran is going to speak.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Surendran.
Shall review and take up it the opportunity appropriately. Thanks for the suggestions.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Mr. Agrawal, we have received one question, and that is on the MSME. The member is asking the role of MSME when banks are not funding, labors are not available, and payment from PSUs of state government and central government are still pending. So what will be your answer to this question?
This question is to me.
Yes, sir.
I think there are a lot of announcements on MSME by the Honorable Finance Minister day before yesterday and yesterday also. And this question offline has also come to me from other people. So at this juncture, there is no clarity how this announced lower rated loan will be provided to the MSME sector businessmen. I believe that this will be given by SIDBI, SIDBI, but there is some more research and detailing has to be understood. So which we are doing it. As you may know that I am working with Ernst & Young as a tax professional partner. That is our research happening, but as a member to Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, we are researching on it, and maybe we'll get back to you later till we have much clarity on that. I don't think that this will be provided by the banks on an instant way. They will also, now the MSME definition has been also been expanded, so the eligibility and coverage will be checked, and then they will move on this matter. In the recent past, there has been a lot of banking sector scams, so the banks will play very huge stress on KYC and eligibility, and then only they will move forward on this area. This is my limited personal view. Maybe we can take it up separately offline.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir. Now there is a question for Naushad. The member is asking, how do you address the well-being of employees in the context of global versus local? With that personal and local context laws, how do the companies re-establish the connections with their workers at the more human level? So if you could answer this question, Naushad.
Sure. Thank you, Trupti, for giving this opportunity. I think it's a very important question, and that is why we had that session with Anand Desai and Purvi Chotani, where they did address some of these issues at that time. But if you were to ask me, what I would say is that we need to divide the COVID-19 into three phases. The first phase is the lockdown stage. The second stage is the opening up stage, and third stage is getting back to normal stage, or discovering the new normal, as I would call it. In all of these stages, we need to put a lot of effort, which we've not put in doing that earlier. I would say this is the time when the vision statements, which all of us in great enthusiasm and with a lot of fanfare, we advertise our vision statements. It is the time to revisit that and see what our corporate values are. One of the best corporate statements that I've ever read in my life is years back. Tata's had said that we also manufacture steel. That was their vision. So they were all into employees' benefits and welfare and things like that. So I think we all need to visit our vision statement and take strength from that. Whatever we had reinforced at that time, are we in a position to implement that this time? And very quickly, if I'm able to summarize few of the points, I think we need to first go out and see the safety of our employees, the physical safety, the mental health aspect, being truthful to our employees, not hiding the real situation, trying to bring stability into the organization. And as far as an employee is concerned, the biggest concern, of course, is the safety, health, and all of that this time. But also, we must not forget that the economic safety is also a very big aspect. So how do we take decisions on their economic impact? Wage cuts, layoffs, leave without pay, all of these things have to be very well thought out decisions. We need to do what is in the best interest of everybody, not just the corporate. So I think these are the few points. I mean, for paucity of time, one can go on, but these are the few general points I have on this question. Thank you, Trupti.
Thank you so much, Naushad. Mr. Surendran, just a last question. We'd like to there is one foundation who are our member, and they have written over here that they have adopted few lakes in Bangalore and few temples, ponds in Tamil Nadu, apart from planting 10 lakh saplings. Okay, so they wanted to explore the CSR funding possibilities. So if you could give your inputs on this, sir.
Sure. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Should I repeat the question, sir?
Sure. Please contact the local secretariat to coordinate further in this regard.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Actually, there was a question for Dr. Bhasin, but I think Dr. Bhasin has disconnected, he has another meeting. So I'm just asking that question if ma'am can answer this question. So here the question is, what is the status of business in US and will the existing orders be honored? Is there any issue exporting to US? That was the question.
I don't think there would be any problem in exporting to US. I think they would honor. And if there is any problem, I'm still telling all our members to make use of Invest India, because Mr. Deepak Bagla, he's ready to help. Their team is young team. That's their work. To any issues, they will immediately help. And another thing, you can also write to us also, otherwise also, to Department of Promotion for Industry and International Trade. And these are the people, that's a department which comes in the Commerce Ministry. But this particular department looks into any issues we all have regarding export and import and manufacturing issues that you have. Please make use of these two organizations, especially Invest India. I'm telling you only because I know they're doing a lot of good work. And they're very, very proactive. They will help our members, and they said, please ask them to write to us.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. There is one question, like any one of you can answer to this. They have written over here that the finance minister proposed bank opposes, and we are having a lot of difficulties in getting access to finances. So there is a lot of uncertainty, and appreciate if clarity can be provided. So any one of you can answer to this question, and would be helpful to our members.
I think, Trupti, we need to wait because they're still coming out with a lot of, ideas and all that. So every second, third day, finance minister is coming up with something. It's not going to be very easy, but it is definitely opening doors. So government is trying their best, and let's hope first they're looking after MSMEs and migrant labor. It's a huge issue right now. So they need to tackle that with right away to feed all these people, and we all know what's happening. So let us give some more time. I think the next 1 week, many more things will unfold, and then we will know what are the actual difficulties vis-a-vis imaginary difficulties or real difficulties.
Okay, sure, ma'am. Thank you. And one more thing which you mentioned in your address, basically about the MOUs which we have signed with multiple chambers in USA. So there is a member is asking, like, is the IACC looking at leveraging these MOUs for the benefits of the members in these current times for export opportunities or possibilities for the joint venture opportunities?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I'm not joking. All these governors, whoever came to India, they came with single purpose, doing business with India. And they really want to take it and do it further. And they said, we can get the land, we can get the taxes, everything low. We welcome you. It's a one-man window. That economic development officer window is the one window, and we have access to that. So any state you want to work with, you are sure you're interested. This is the best way to go through IACC. Our Secretary General and all of us will help the member to connect. That is why I read out all those MOUs. Otherwise, I wasn't going to read that. And please make use of it. The entire town hall is only for this, for members to know what they can get out of Indo-American Chamber of Commerce to be a member. Right now, this is the best time to be a member of IACC. Please, who have not yet paid up your fee, join in, and who are not members, also please ask them to join in. Future is to take it forward through IACC. We are all dedicated regional presidents and the head office and our vice presidents. They are extremely connected to the subject, how to help our members. So trust us and continue to be with us. This is my small request to all our members.
Thank you, ma'am. I think we've covered most of the questions. Is there anything else you want to cover before we wrap up, like all the regional presidents and the national president, please?
I can only say thank you to all of them, and thanks to my vice presidents and the secretariat with Kamal Vora and you and Satya, who've been like working from home with all these webinars and various activities together, and all the regional directors who have been cooperating and helping us, and they're all working from their homes with whatever difficult situation they're in. So I'm extremely thankful to branches, all the branches across the country, all small, big, all of you, for having been connected to us. And we are all like one family. We will support you in all your times. This is our promise together. And I say thank you for joining, and thank you once again to Manoj Vidwani, SKP, and Jugal for handling all this. And thank all of you, my wonderful supporting the. And once again, yourself. Can I say goodbye? Bye.
Thanks all. Thanks all.
Thank you. Thank you very much.